This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Gem Theater for their presentation of The Secret Garden. Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Damian Lorton, Artistic Director of the Gem Theater in Garden Grove.
Okay, and what do you do around here?
Well, sometimes I'm scrubbing toilets and sometimes I'm directing shows, but I oversee everything artistically here at the theater. I direct and musically direct most of the musicals here as well.
Did you direct this one?
I did direct tonight's production of Secret Garden.
Okay, so I love this performance.
Thank you very much.
So why did you choose to do this performance?
I loved the show for such a long time. I saw it for the first time, I think I was maybe 17, 18. It came through on a national tour, and I fell in love with the music. I think it's some of the most beautiful music written for musical theater. And it goes back to, it's an English musical, so it goes to a throwback of an old, almost like an operetta. And that's how I approached it, like a small operetta, in my staging, in my musical direction, in the entire look of the piece.
What do you look for in your casting?
For me, of course, you always want to look at talent, but most importantly, I want to look for kind people that I want to work with for the next 8 weeks of my life. That's one of the wonderful opportunities of having your own company like this, is that you get to do what you want to do when it comes to casting, and I don't have to. Nicole Casesso, who's my business partner, her and I look at the people, and we look at what price we're casting, we look at the voices, and if they're able to handle something of this caliber. We're really lucky with this college in the area. We've got students from UCI, Cal State Fullerton, Fullerton College, OCC. We have people coming as far as LA, coming down from San Diego to audition for us. So we're very lucky in who we get to cast.
I've seen a couple of your performances already. You like large productions, large casts?
I do. I love a full choral sound. I like big shows. That's what's fun for me. I love modern pieces. I love the old pieces. I love musical theater. It's my passion, and I'm so grateful that this is. I don't know what I did to get to deserve this life. I'm very blessed.
I also notice you always have a live orchestra also.
Oh, yeah, that's part of the art, is to produce something like this, you have to have live musicians. For this show, we just went with a grand piano and percussionist, but for the last show, I think we had 8 musicians. For the first show this year, we had 16. It really just depends on the show itself and what it calls for. But as an artist, and you're creating art, you have to have all aspects of it. And when you have a recorded sound, it loses something. There's nothing like being an actor on stage and physically feeling the music come from behind you or go through you. And you need that, and the audience needs that as well. It's can be very costly, but it's an expense that's well worth it.
If someone came up to you and said, my wife passed away, I've been thinking about her forever, I couldn't stop it, I was contemplating suicide, but after I saw the show, everything seems a lot better. What would you say if something like that happened?
You know what? If something like that happened, I'd be so grateful and so thankful. And things like that have happened. We have patrons whose husbands have passed away that day, but they still came to the theater that night. It's so important to allow people to have an escape. And that's something that we talk about with our cast, that they're in service to the audience and that it's much bigger than them, because they don't know who it is that they're allowing this escapism. They don't know who it is. We have a patron tonight who is here tonight. I'm sure you saw her. She's had cancer. She's been battling cancer, and she's missed the entire season. And this is the first week that she's been out, and she's able to be out. And she said, I couldn't wait to get back to my theater. I couldn't wait to come see the show tonight. And the first thing she told me after seeing it, she said, I haven't felt this good in a year. I'm so energized, and I'm so happy to be here tonight. And that's the beauty of theater. That's the magic of it. I know that when I was a young boy, I lost my mom at the age of 17, and one of the few places that I was able to find joy was going to see theater or working on music or being a part of that. So I know from a personal standpoint how much bigger it really is than just us as an actor.
Well, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having us, and thank you for coming out and supporting theater and all theater in general. Thank you so much. Have a great night now.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Dwayne. Gosh, I've been doing theater in the LA and Orange County area for about 20 years. I've done shows from dinner theaters at the Curtain Call to all over Community and Music Theater West and Performance Riverside, and quite a bit of shows. I played Archibald. Archie, for short, is the owner or the resident of Misselthwaite Manor, and he has lost his wife and is grieving over her for the last 10 years. He has a boy who has been laid up in bed He's been told he is sick, even though he's not. So, with all this grief of the loss of his wife and the grief of his son, he's in constant turmoil, I guess you want to call that. And he's haunted by his ex-wife. So it's coming to terms with the fact that she's gone. So this is the end of the story.
So what do you think about this play?
I love it. It's been one of my dreams to do this role for a good 20 years since I first saw it. And it's one of those challenging roles, those very emotional roles that you dive into that you just have to be committed to, and that's what I love about it. It's a brilliant, beautiful, passionate role with incredible music. So,
Yeah, I loved your performance also.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Usually I reserve my love, but you actually went through a pretty good arc.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Also, I liked your comment also on what you think about the healing powers of art. I can imagine an audience member say that they've lost their wife and they can't stop forgetting her and all that, but they come to this play and suddenly things are better for them. I mean, they've still lost their wife, they still have, pain, but suddenly things are better after they see this.
Well, I can't say that I have that experience, so I don't know. But I definitely take from just movies I see or other plays I see. I definitely do relate to a lot of other aspects of art and can find empathy in that or sympathy. So yeah, I mean, I can imagine how that works. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with?
Hi, I'm Chris Peduzzi. Well, I've been doing theater for probably about 30 years, mostly in Orange County, LA County, mostly Broadway musicals, and I just love doing Broadway. I played Dr. Neville Craven, the evil doctor who's mean to the little girl, and I'm not normally a mean guy, so it was true acting there. Dr. Craven is the brother of Archibald, who's the hunchback, reclusive, and this little girl comes into our lives, and she's a beauty, and she reminds us both of Archibald's dead wife, who I also secretly loved, and he doesn't know I secretly loved her. So when we sing the song Lily's Eyes, it comes from the heart for both of us. So that's an interesting twist in the show most people don't know. But he's really just trying to do a good job of supporting his brother in the house. He's really not such a mean guy after all.
I love villains. I love antagonists and all that because they add so much to the play, but also it's far more challenging. Like you said, you're not a bad guy, but you have to be that.
Yeah, absolutely. I normally play like the romantic lead in most Broadway shows, but this show was a true departure to play the evil guy, and I really wanted to do it just to see how well I could do and pull it off. So, again, it was great to do the evil guy for a change. The villains are always kind of fun. They are.
So now that you tried it, I mean, what do you think? Would you rather be the leading actor or would you rather be the antagonist?
That's a great question. I've done enough leads that I think being the antagonist for a while would be kind of fun to do, something different and good. So it's always fun to do both, but I think the antagonist is kind of fun.
So what do you think of this play?
This is one of my favorite Broadway shows. The music from this show is just simply the most beautiful music I've personally heard on Broadway. Lily's Eyes is one of my favorite songs. How Would You Know is also one of my favorite songs. I just think the music is both captivating and haunting to sit and listen to it. And it's based on that beautiful children's book. And when you marry the Broadway musical to the book, it gives you a really complete picture of the whole story. So it's really a wonderful combination of the two together. Beautiful show.
What would you say if someone said that, my wife died, I could never stop thinking about it, I was in constant pain until after I saw the show and now everything's better?
Oh, that'd be great. I performed this show many years ago in concert, and the girl that sang How Would You Know had just lost her best friend in a car accident. And that was very cathartic for her to sing that song every night, and she felt some kind of connection to that. So I think that it's good. If somebody comes and sees this show and they feel a little more healed from it and comforted by it, then we did doubly a better job, not only to entertain, but also to help somebody maybe get through a tough time. So I think it would be wonderful to hear somebody say that, I think. Beautiful.
Yeah. What do you think about the healing power of art? I mean, do you think the theater actually helps you emotionally?
Me personally, it does. I have a very hectic full-time job, and leaving my office some days and I'm so stressed and just so bothered by something that happened during the day, I can walk in this theater, shed all of that frustration I have and become somebody different. So it emotionally helps me to heal sometimes from could be the day, a bad week or whatever. So I think if somebody can come to the theater and disappear for a while into the story or a musical, awesome. It's no different than going to a movie where you walk out feeling better. So if we did that, to me the applause is my paycheck. Community theater, most of us do it because we love it. And to hear that paycheck every night after a show, that does it for me. It just sends me. So it's awesome.
Well, I love your performance, and I love this play too.
Great, thank you so much, and great meeting you as well.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
Hi, I'm Sophia Starcy. I'm 12 years old. I'm about to be 13 on Thursday, actually. And so I've been doing musical theater since I was 5. I started at my school, and then I did children's theater. People said I should start auditioning for Annie on Broadway, and I was like, no. I was not prepared. And so I started doing community theater, and then regional theater, professional theater, and now I've gotten to perform in New York. And it's just so fun. I love the Gem, and it's my home, and I always come back to it. I played Mary Lennox. Mary Lennox starts out, I think she's just broken inside. I really do. I think she's just sad because her parents died, and even though they didn't treat her like a daughter, I think she feels that she really needed them in her life, and so she goes through all this, and she still wants, and now she finds this family, and then she is going to be taken away from them because the Dr. Craven wants to send her away to a school, and so then once Archibald comes back, and she makes everything better again. I feel like she finds her family, and she finds that it's okay.
So why did you decide to get into musical theater anyway?
I liked to sing when I was little, and I told my mom when I was 6 that I wanted to take private voice lessons. They had none of my family members had ever done theater or anything, and so I just started doing it at school, and that was when I determined that's what I love to do, and that's what I wanted to do.
I'm always fascinated by the professional theater artists. They usually start at your age, and they just, I don't know, I think they're just born differently from everyone else. Do you think you're just born differently?
I'm definitely different than a lot of kids my age. I get a lot of comments that I'm really mature for my age. People are really surprised when I tell them how old I am. And so, I don't think maybe we're not born differently, but I think that we are different, and we're all special in our own ways.
My show, I have this recurring theme. I'm trying to figure out what an actor or an artist really is. So what is it? I mean, what do you think an artist is? I mean, what makes you different from everyone else?
An artist is a storyteller, and we love to tell stories, and that's just all there is to it, and we love it.
Oh, well, I love your performance. I love it. And also, do you know a lot of people, usually when they're 12, you have like someone 16 years old playing a 12-year-old.
Yeah, I know. I looked up some pictures of all the Mary Lennoxes in Secret Garden, and they're quite a bit older. It's funny. So, yeah.
Well, again, I love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
Erica Baldwin. I'm 29, and I was doing theater for a really long time, for about 10 years in college. I started there, and then just started doing community theater. I work as an event planner. My 9 to 5 is an event planner. So yeah, this is my passion and fun. So I played Lily. Lily is I guess metaphorically she's love, she is humility in the show. She's literally the mom of the young boy Colin and the dead wife of Archibald, who is the uncle who owns this house, and his niece, who loses her parents, come and live with him, and she's this lost soul. Lily is this lost soul that, kind of lingers around to basically make sure, I don't know, that Archie and everyone's okay, and, yeah.
What do you think of this play?
I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The story itself, I mean, it just breeds love, and humility for what it is. Yeah, I just think the story is stunning. It's tragic yet beautiful. Yeah.
I loved all the performances. I mean, I don't think I saw a bad one in there. So how did that happen? I mean, how do you think the cast gelled so well?
You know what? The chemistry was there from the beginning. Whether it be, we've worked together. Some of us have worked together for over 10 years, even though some people were new. I don't know. It's just, I think, again, the story is the underlining unit in here. And yeah, the chemistry developed from the beginning, and there was not much, to work on. It was just there, which was really refreshing as a performer.
I loved your singing also. Do you have a background in music?
I do. Well, I started in college. I started as a vocal major, studied opera and studied choral singing. And then from there, kind of tiptoed into musical theater. And yeah, I found my balance there. So yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because you didn't say a whole lot, but you sang a lot.
I did.
Yeah, but you expressed so much emotion through your singing.
I do. It's kind of my favorite part of musical theater. It's different when you're just straight singing or just straight acting. For me, the mixture of the two emotes such emotion from me. Anyway, that's how I work. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
I'm Connor. I am a new actor who has done 2 shows. This is my second show, and I'm really enjoying it. It is so much fun. The other actors here are wonderful. I enjoy spending time with them, and I'm having a very great experience here. I play Colin, the crippled kid who can't use his legs till the end of the show. He's a very bratty child who likes to have everything he wants, and if he doesn't get it, he gets mad.
So why did you decide to do this?
I wanted to have interactions with people I didn't know, and I also enjoy singing. So my mom showed me a play, and I said, sure, I'll do it. So we did it.
Was it a lot of fun?
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, great. So you think you'll be doing more of this in the future?
Yes, I have a feeling that I will be doing more shows.
Well, you did a fine job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with...
Brandon Taylor Jones. I'm from Brea, California, and I grew up there doing children's theater, and then for a short period of time I was in the All-American Boys Chorus for about 4 years, and then I went to Brea Olinda High School. Now I'm going to Cal State Fullerton for theater arts. Now I'm here at the gym. I played Dickon. Dickon's kind of, well, first of all, he's Martha's brother, and I'd like to think of Dickon as magical without powers. So, he brings Mary into the front of the garden, telling her that, the garden is secret and that, really no one really goes in there, but he knows that there's something amazing about it and magical. And so through his optimism and, happiness, he creates magic and brings it to the life of Mary Lennox.
I've seen you in other stuff before. You seem to gravitate towards magical characters.
Yeah. I mean, I was Gabe Goodman in Next to Normal, and he's kind of, just dead, but he's got so much fire in him. I feel that, with his when he was manipulative, is kind of magical, sure. And then Dickon is a magical character. That's pretty much it. Just those 2.
Would you like to be, say, a leading man, or maybe a villain, an anti-hero, or would you just like to be a character, like a magical character?
I love getting the opportunity to play Dickon because being this kind of character, larger than life, optimistic sort of human being it's very not that I'm a pessimistic person in real life, but just to be so happy and be this force of I can't think of it, but just to take on that kind of part it's just a really great opportunity. I would love to be a leading man as well, and I feel that I am blessed with Gabe Goodman because I got to be a villain in that show. So I'd love to do it all. I just want to do it all.
Well, I loved your performance.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and supporting the Gem.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Nikki Gentry Engel, actually. I've been doing musical theater for about 23 years and taken kind of a hiatus for the last 5 years, and this is my first show back and one of my favorite shows as well. I played the character of Rose. Rose is kind of a complicated character but very simple at the same time. She's very self-centered, unfortunately, has a child that she doesn't really feel obligated to be a mother to, and just kind of goes about her life, and then I think at the end of the show realizes what it is that she's missed out on and kind of changes her perspective on everything and just kind of wants to be a mother, kind of as she sees Archibald and Colin join together as a family, and she realizes what she's really missed out on.
I like this performance. I like the cast themselves also. They all did a fantastic job. How do you think you guys gelled so well?
I think a lot of it has to do with our director. Damien is so fantastic, and he's worked with a lot of these performers before, and I think just his energy and what he expects out of us and kind of how it is that he interacts with us and works with us, he really brings everybody together, and when you work really hard with a group of people, you bond really well with them, and I think that's what happened with us.
Well, I liked your performance very much also.
Thank you so much.
So do you have any advice for, say, people who are trying to get into theater, community theater? Any kind of advice you can give them?
Yeah, I think if it's something you love, just keep pursuing it. If it's something you love, whether you're nervous or you feel like you're not good enough, just keep doing it and do it because you love it, not because anybody else tells you to. And, it's hard to get out there and keep auditioning, especially if you don't get the roles you want, but just keep doing it because it's what you love and it's what's inside you and because you need to share it with the world. So.
Okay, was there ever a time you thought about giving it up?
Well, there was a period of time when I was still in my 20s that I thought about being a starving actor and thought about moving to New York and kind of gave up on that element of it. So I never really gave up on wanting to continue to do musical theater, but definitely kind of said I need to push this aside and not make it kind of my main career and find something else to support myself. So.
Well, I love your performance.
Thank you so much. It was interesting playing this character because she's just, she's so snotty. But it was fun once I kind of figured out what to do with it. So thank you.
I just like the characters who are complex, who are, villains or anti-heroes, just because you're actually really acting.
No, she's definitely the villain in the show without being a villain. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Elissa Alexander. I just finished Next to Normal here. I'm originally from Merced, California. I'm currently getting my BFA from Cal State Fullerton, and I will be graduating in May, so I'm so excited. Tonight I was Mrs. Medlock, but I'm the understudy Mrs. Medlock. So every once in a while, well, most of the time, I'm Mrs. Winthrop. Mrs. Medlock is Dr. Craven, who is Archibald's brother's housekeeper. So back in that time, everybody was assigned a certain housekeeper in their house, and so I was his.
So what do you think about the story anyway?
I think it's a beautiful story. I think it really, it's just very sweet, and it has a sweet ending, and it's just like, it's a life of like a child who's like been through hardship, and I think people can connect with that because everybody has like a struggle and a strife with family, and so I think that having that like family dynamic and like the negative parts and the positive parts, I think it's really nice, and it makes a very cohesive story.
What would you say if someone told you, hey, my wife died a while ago and I could never stop thinking about her. I've been in constant pain and trauma, but after seeing this, everything's all fine with me now.
I would say like that's cool, and that's the power of theater. Like you like take someone out of it and like take someone out of their like bad situation and like puts them in a new one, and it can like trigger feelings and emotions, and I think if you are able to do that to someone, you've done your job.
So you kind of think of like therapy?
Exactly. think theater is absolutely therapy. For me, it's therapy. I mean, doing Next to Normal, that was therapy on its own. Like every night, it's just one of those things that you can go and you can feel things that you have maybe felt or not felt or want to feel, and then you can get out of it, and you're still you. So that's a really cool thing.
Oh, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Spencer Misitich. I'm 21 years old. I am a junior at Cal State Fullerton in the BFA Musical Theater program, and this is my first show at the Gem. I played Mary Lennox's father, Albert. Albert and his family live in India, and they also die in India when cholera attacks the people of India.
So basically, what do you think of this play?
It's beautiful. I mean, the music is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a show that not a lot of people do, and I think it's a show that more people should do because of the beauty and the truth of it.
Do you think art actually has some kind of healing power to it, that it helps you emotionally?
Oh, of course. Especially, I believe music has wonderful healing powers, especially the beautiful, luscious music in this. It's just beautiful, and yes, I do believe that art has healing qualities.
Well, thank you very much, because again, this type of play basically could help people get over some emotional problems.
Yes, of course it could. It's so relatable, and it's the truth of it, like I said, it's so relatable, and it can really help people who are coping with similar issues.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with
Ritu Bala. I go to OCC. I'm a musical theater major. This is my first show here at the Gem, and I'm really excited about it. I'm having a lot of fun. I played Aya, the one in the beautiful cream sari. So she was kind of like the caretaker or the maid who worked for Mary and her family back in India, but she died of cholera. And her ghost followed Mary to her Uncle Archibald's house, and she kind of watches over her. She's kind of like the mother she never had.
So what do you think about this play anyway?
I am having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot. I think it's a beautiful story. So I think it's very lush and majestic, and yeah, I just think it's really great.
So what would you say if someone's saying, my wife died and I was going through terrible pains. So I was thinking about suicide and all that until I came by and saw this play, and everything just seems a lot better. What do you say if something like that happened?
That would make me so happy, because I think what we do is to take people out of their real lives for a moment and just, soothe them with our art. And if we manage to do that, then yay, that's the goal.
Well, I love your performance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm with?
I'm Tim Miller. I went to UCLA, and I just started doing theater recently. Started at the Gem, and I've done several shows here, and really found a home here. I think we do great shows, and it's great people to work with.
Wait, are you a theater major?
No, I'm not. I studied economics. I'm in the ensemble, so I'm a butler.
And okay, so my question is, you're a member of the community, and we get community theater. What do you think about where a non-theater major goes in and can actually do a little bit of a performance?
I think it's great. It's just I look forward to coming here, and just having the place to be able to go and be with people I enjoy being around and trying to do the best work I can do. I love it.
So again, why do you do it? You're not getting paid to do this thing. You have to take your time out. You still have to memorize your lines. They can throw you out of here if you don't do your part right. I mean, why do you go through that?
I think part of it is the sense of community, and then there's also that thing that I feel like you can't really get anywhere else when you're performing. You're on stage in the moment. Nothing else matters except for, making the most of that moment, and it's almost addictive. I just really enjoy it.
Well, I love the performances very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Sure. Take care.
The Secret Garden will be playing at the Gem Theater from August 20th to September 13th. For more information, go to www.onemoreproductions.com or theorangecurtainrev.com.